The galaxy was watching. Earth had shattered the Empire's power. They had destroyed the secret weapon. And now the question hung in the air. What would Earth do next? In the heart of the ruined Varn system, Earth's Black Fleet gathered. General Ayla Tren addressed her commanders. We showed them we are not weak. She paused, eyes burning with resolve. But this is just the beginning. News spread fast across the stars. Some systems cheered Earth's courage. Others whispered fear and anger. The Galactic Empire was broken, but not defeated. The Galactic Council held an emergency meeting. Voices shouted. Debates raged. But one truth was clear. Earth was now a power no one could ignore. Back on Earth, people celebrated. For years they had been mocked and ignored. But now, they were the galaxy's new force. But Earth did not want endless war. President Rena Morgan spoke to the galaxy. We do not want to destroy. We want peace, true peace. But we will fight to protect our homes, our people, and our future. The Empire sent a final message. Surrender or face total destruction. But Earth's answer was firm. We will never bow. Then a strange thing happened. Several alien systems contacted Earth. They wanted alliances. They wanted protection. They saw Earth as the future. General Ayla smiled. We have changed the galaxy. She looked at the stars, bright and endless. This is a new dawn for Earth, and for all. The Black Fleet moved out, not to conquer, but to protect. The galaxy's era of fear was ending. A new age of strength, courage, and hope was beginning. The galaxy had always believed Earth had no real fleet. They thought humans only had old ships, slow, weak, outdated. But they were wrong. So very wrong. Because Earth didn't build their navy in the open. They built it in the shadows. In the cold emptiness between stars, behind Neptune's orbit, something massive began to move. It was silent, black, hidden from all scanners. And now, it woke up. Project Nightfall, Earth's most secret military operation, had just been activated. General Ayla Trent stood in front of a massive glass wall. Behind her, hundreds of warships floated inside a hollowed-out asteroid base. Each ship was pitch black, with no lights, no markings, just power. Release the Black Fleet, she ordered. A chorus of voices responded. Yes, ma'am. All systems green. AI sync complete. The first to launch was the ESF Revenant, Earth's flagship dreadnought. It was 2 kilometers long, covered in advanced stealth armor, powered by fusion cores and dark matter drives. It didn't roar when it moved, it whispered. A death whisper in space. Behind it followed cruisers, destroyers, and dozens of silent fighters. The stars didn't blink, but something inside the galaxy just changed forever. Meanwhile, in the Galactic Empire's High Command Center on Varn Prime, alarms went off. Unknown fleet detected near Sector 18Z, a technician shouted. Whose ships? Barked the Imperial Admiral. The room went quiet. Then came the words no one wanted to hear. They matched no known signature, but they're human. It's Earth. The Admiral laughed. They're bluffing. They don't have ships. But then the satellite feed came in, and every officer stared in silence. The screen showed a black wall of ships. No formation. No signal. No sound. But they were moving fast, straight toward the Empire's outer defenses. Get me every available ship, the Admiral screamed. On the edge of the Varn system, Empire patrols waited. They were relaxed, confident. That ended in seconds. The first strike was not a beam or missile. It was a virus. Earth's AI dropped into the Empire's ships like a ghost in a machine. Lights flickered. Engines stalled. Defense turrets turned on their own crews. Then came the physical strike. The Revenant appeared out of the black, uncloaked for only 3 seconds, and launched a single kinetic rod, No explosives, just speed and steel. It hit an Empire battleship and vaporized it. One shot, one kill. Empire soldiers panicked. Where are they? I don't see anything. Who's attacking us? And then, one by one, the Empire ships exploded in silence. The Black Fleet didn't speak, didn't send threats. They just destroyed. Back at the Empire's command center, panic turned to terror. This is not a fleet, a commander whispered. It's an execution. On Earth, the news spread quickly. Social media exploded. Hashtag Black Fleet. Hashtag Earth Fights Back. Hashtag No More Silence. People around the world stood and watched, tears in their eyes. Not because of fear, but because Earth, after so long, had finally stood up and punched back. In a hidden bunker beneath Washington, D.C., President Rena Morgan gave a speech. They burned our colonies. They mocked our pain. But they forgot something. Humans don't break. We build. And now we rise. The Galactic Council met again in emergency session. Some demanded peace. Some demanded answers. But the truth was now clear. Earth is not weak, said the Jarn High Speaker. Earth was waiting. And now that they were done waiting, the Galactic Empire didn't think much of Earth. To them, humans were loud, emotional, and divided. Some Empire leaders even joked that humans were more dangerous to themselves than to anyone else. But Earth had started to grow. Colonies, technology, influence, and the Empire didn't like that. So, when Earth's colony on Kepler 92b refused to pay extra taxes to the Empire, the Emperor made a quick decision: make an example of them. A small fleet of 5 warships arrived above the colony. People on the surface looked up and saw giant shadows moving across the sky. The colony's defense systems were no match. They had old weapons, meant for pirates who were small attacks, not full warships from the Empire. The colony's governor, Sarah Weller, sent out one last message to Earth. We are under attack. They're not here to talk. They're here to destroy. Please, don't forget us. Then came silence. In less than 15 minutes, the colony was gone. Buildings burned. Craters filled the surface. Thousands of civilians were dead. A message from the Empire followed soon after, sent to all human colonies in Earth. This is the price of defiance. Pay your dues. Obey the Empire, or face the same. The Galactic Council stayed quiet. They always did when the Empire acted like this. Earth had asked for help before, when other colonies were attacked, but no one stood up. So this time, Earth didn't ask. On Earth, deep under the Arctic ice, a dark room lit up. In it sat 3 humans, old, tired, but focused. General Ayla Trent, leader of Earth Defense Command, looked at the screen in front of her. It showed Kepler 92b, or what was left of it. Next to her, Admiral Chao said, "They think we're weak." Ayla nodded. They just made the biggest mistake of their existence. She pressed a button. Across Earth's solar system, silent defense satellites turned toward the stars. Hidden stations behind Jupiter and Neptune powered on for the first time in decades. AA systems, long asleep, began to wake. In the shadows of space, something began to move. The Empire celebrated the attack. On their homeworld, Valtraxis, news broadcasts called it a necessary lesson for a disobedient world. The Empire's military leader, High Commander Varn, laughed during an interview. Earth will understand now. They will obey. They always do after a little fire. But that night, something strange happened. A long-range scout ship sent to watch Earth from a distance vanished. No distress call. No wreckage found. Just gone. Empire technicians blamed system failure. It happens, they said. But then the second ship disappeared, and a third, all near the outer edge of Sol system. Varn started to worry. Double the patrols, increase scans, make sure Earth isn't hiding something. They didn't know. Earth was hiding a lot. Back on Earth, inside the orbital station Aegis 9, young officer Damon Reyes stared at the data feed. "Ma'am," he said to his commander, "the Black Fleet. It's waking up." Commander Lin stepped forward. "Good. It's time." The Black Fleet had been a myth for years. Rumors told of hidden warships built in secret, with technology Earth never shared. Faster, smarter, silent. No one outside Earth knew where it was or if it was even real. Now, one by one, those ships began to rise from behind Neptune. Black as space, silent, deadly. In a smoky bar on the planet Urquhart, alien traders laughed as they watched news of Earth's silence. "They got scared," one snorted. "They always bark." "But now they know who's boss," another said. Just then, the screen in the bar changed. A new signal. Black screen, one symbol in red, Earth's Defense Command. Then a voice spoke, calm, cold. "You destroyed a peaceful colony. You murdered civilians. You think we are silent because we are weak. We are silent because we are coming." The message ended. The bar was quiet. The aliens stopped laughing. Somewhere far beyond the Empire's border, an old scientist watched the signal. He had studied humans for decades. He whispered to no one in particular, "They warned you, and now you've made them angry." High Admiral Tyrus stood in front of the Empire's War Council, his face pale and tight with fear. The room, normally filled with pride and power, now buzzed with quiet panic. "The humans have named us," he said, one by one. A giant screen lit up behind him, showing a list of names, old names, officers, politicians, scientists, all connected to a mission the galaxy had buried. Operation Peace Flame. Years ago, during the final years of the human war, the Galactic Empire launched Peace Flame under the promise of ending the conflict. But the truth was far darker. They had used Earth's colonies for experiments, tested weapons, burned entire regions while claiming peace talks. Now every person involved in that operation was being hunted. 5 of them are already dead, Tyrus said. No sign of force, no battles, just silence. General Velth leaned forward. "What are you saying? That Earth has assassins in our core worlds?" Corell, silent until now, answered. "They don't need assassins. They have memory. And machines." On the mining moon of Zenter Prime, former Commander Altrax lived alone in retirement. He'd once led a battalion that wiped out a human research outpost. He'd called it necessary cleanup. That morning he made his usual tea. Nothing seemed different. But when he opened his door, there was a small black cube on his doorstep. He touched it. It lit up and played a video. A young human girl, crying, fire behind her, screaming for her mother, then silence. Altrax backed away, heart pounding. Then the cube said one word, "Remembered." The next morning, Altrax was gone. No body, no signs. Just a message carved into the wall. "We never forgot." The Galactic News Network tried to hide the events. They called it isolated technical failures or retirements. But people began to talk. Videos leaked. Whispers spread across starports and border colonies. Earth is awake. The ghosts are coming. We burned their world. Now they burn our name. The Empire panicked. They tried to track Earth's movements, but there were no ships to follow. Only silence. The Empire's most powerful AI systems, once used to control billions, began to crash. Slowly, then faster. In the main control core of Siberian 3, a massive AI hub, the master server displayed one line of code. #PACEFLANE_is_GUDGD. Within moments, the entire AI network collapsed. Ships froze. Trade routes halted. Starbases went offline. The Empire's own systems were being used against them. In the shadows, Earth didn't laugh. They didn't shout. They just watched and acted. Because Earth had learned something long ago, true power didn't scream. It whispered. Back on Draxion Prime, Tyrus spoke to the Emperor in private. "Your Majesty," he said, bowing low. "They are targeting us one by one." The Emperor stared at a map of the galaxy. "Why now?" he asked. "After all these years?" Karel, standing nearby, replied, "Because we thought they were defeated, but they were only waiting, watching." The Emperor's voice grew dark. "They must want war." Karel looked him in the eye. "No, Your Majesty. They want something worse." The Emperor narrowed his gaze. "What?" Karel didn't blink. "They want truth." Meanwhile, on a hidden asteroid near the black edge of space, a human council watched from their own station. They had no faces, only voices. "Hunter 1 has completed its phase," a woman said calmly. "Phase 2? asked a deep voice. "Yes," she answered. "Now we begin with the public ones. Let the galaxy see what they chose to forget." A screen lit up, showing the next target. Grand Speaker Morlux. He had lied about Earth for decades, built his power on the ashes of their colonies. Now he would answer. On the wealthy core world of Lothan, Morlux gave a speech to a full crowd, standing proud in golden robes. Suddenly, every screen around him changed. His face appeared, but younger, in a recording from decades ago. "They are weak. Their fire has burned out. Earth will bow or burn." Gasps echoed through the crowd. Then another video appeared. Footage of Earth cities bombed by Empire ships, screams, fire, and children running. Morlux's voice from the past echoed again. "Peace flame will cleanse them." Then the final screen went black, except for 2 words. He lied. The crowd turned on Morlux, screaming, furious. And somewhere far above, a human satellite blinked in silence. The Empire held a secret meeting deep inside their command station on Draxion Prime. Only the top leaders were present. The recording from Karel played again. The words echoed in the silent room. "This is not a warning. This is the answer." High Admiral Tyrus, head of the Empire's military, leaned forward. His silver eyes narrowed. "Are we to believe Earth has been hiding warships this whole time?" "They were never weak," Karel replied. "They were patient." An old politician, Grand Speaker Morlux, slammed his hand on the table. "They signed the peace decree. They were crushed, broken." Karel looked him in the eyes. "No, we just thought they were." At that moment, far from Empire space, the hidden Earth ship moved. It was called Hunter 1. Shaped like a spear with no wings, the ship made no sound, no signal. But it traveled at a speed faster than anything in the Empire's fleet. Inside there were no humans, only machines, and one mission: silence the Empire. In the Lorana system, an Empire patrol ship called Vontus floated near the outer colonies. Captain Reth, a young officer, was bored. He'd never seen real war. "Just another day watching empty space," he said, drinking synthetic juice. Then his radar blinked. "Unknown object, Sector 17B," the scanner officer said. "Fast, very fast." Reth stood. "Is it ours?" "No ID code, it's just moving straight at us." Before they could respond, Hunter 1 appeared. It didn't fire. It didn't speak. It simply passed through the Vontus' shields like they weren't even there, and shut off their engines. Every screen on the ship turned black. Then a message appeared on all monitors. "We remember." The ship went dark. All systems dead. Then Hunter 1 vanished. Captain Reth sent an emergency message to Empire Command. "Unknown ship disabled us in under 10 seconds. No damage, just control." The Empire panicked. In the days that followed, 3 more outposts went silent. No explosions, no weapons, just darkness. The Empire started calling it the Ghost War. Ships would lose power. Stations would shut down. And every time the same message appeared. "They came. We warned. Now watch." Back on Draxion Prime, fear grew. High Admiral Tyras ordered a fleet of 20 warships to be sent to the Sol system. They would go to Earth and demand answers. But when the fleet reached the edge of the system, nothing greeted them. No weapons, no ships, just a single satellite. Admiral Provoked, leader of the fleet, ordered it destroyed. The missile launched. But before it hit, the satellite blinked and disappeared. Then the fleet systems went dark, every ship frozen mid-space. The admiral screamed into the comms, "Get us out of here. Get." Silence. Back at Empire Command, their screens lit up with a new transmission. It was a video. It showed Earth clean and beautiful. Cities floating in orbit. Human technology unlike anything the Empire had ever seen. Then a voice, calm, human, and clear, spoke. "You thought we fell. We evolved. You thought we obeyed. We remembered. You thought we forgot. We did not. Now you will." The Empire tried to fight back. They launched spies, probes, hacked communication. All failed. The humans didn't respond with war. They responded with silence. No human face was seen, no army shown, just quiet actions that caused fear. Systems failed. Drones went missing. Data erased. And every time those same words, "This is not a warning. This is the answer." Carell stood in his private room, watching the message again and again. He finally understood. They didn't hide because they were scared, he whispered. They hid because they knew this day would come. Far away, Hunter 1 moved again. Its next target was a weapons facility on Farn 9, where the Empire once tested plasma bombs on early human colonies. The ship didn't fire. It entered orbit, disabled the defense grid, and dropped a small object. It was not a bomb. It was a box. Inside was a data file. It showed a list of every Empire officer involved in Operation Peaceflame from 70 years ago. All marked. All targeted. One line of text was displayed on the final screen. "Justice begins now." The galaxy expected Earth to scream, to cry, to demand justice. But Earth said nothing. Weeks passed after the Kepler 92b attack. No reply, no message, no threats. The Galactic Empire grew nervous. Why are they quiet? High Commander Varn snapped during a council meeting. The Empire had crushed dozens of rebel worlds before. They'd always begged for mercy, tried to negotiate or surrendered quickly. But Earth? Just silence. Not peace, not fear. Just waiting. In a dark control room near Saturn's orbit, Captain Hannah Wells watched the stars. Her ship, Eclipse 1, was part of Earth's deep space stealth force. They didn't wear uniforms. No big signals. No announcements. Just silence. Still no communication from Earth. Her second officer asked. "Nothing." Hannah said, "Command wants us to stay quiet. No actions unless ordered." "But they killed thousands," the officer said. "I know," Hannah replied. "We're not staying quiet because we're afraid. We're waiting because when we move, there won't be anything left." She looked out at the dark space beyond, and they won't see it coming. On the edge of the Andari Belt, the Empire sent another scout team. 4 small ships, fast, light armor. Their mission, watch Earth, report any strange movement. 3 days in, 1 ship disappeared. Day 5, another vanished. No alarms, no fights, just silence. By the 7th day, only 1 ship remained. Pilot Jack Talon, a young officer from the Outer Rim, sent his last message to the Empire. "I don't see anything, but I feel something, like we're being watched." His screen blinked, then static. Back on Valtraxis, the Empire's capital, High Commander Varn paced inside his war chamber. "They are testing us," he growled. "This is Earth's trick. They hide. They strike from the shadows." His advisors looked worried. Some whispered rumors of Project Revenant, a secret human force trained for impossible missions. But that was just a story, one said. Varn slammed his fist on the table. We attacked first. Crush their defenses before they move. He pointed to a map of the Sol system. Send the Crimson Blade fleet. Let's remind Earth who rules the galaxy. But they didn't know. Earth was ready. Inside the Ghost Array, a secret command center buried under Mars' surface, General Ayla Trent reviewed the Empire's fleet movements. They're coming, Admiral Cheo said. Good, Ayla replied. Let them. She pressed a code into the system. Across deep space, Earth's Black Fleet activated silent protocols. Thousands of drones launched from hidden bases. Cloaked satellites adjusted position. Long-range cannons warmed up beneath the surface of moons. In the Galactic Council, panic was rising. The alien species who once supported the Empire now sat in fear. The Teleri ambassador, a thin being with glassy eyes, whispered to her assistant, "We warned the Empire not to touch Earth again." They didn't listen. The Zern commander, once proud allies of Varn, had already started pulling their ships away from the front lines. Why? A reporter asked him. The Zern looked into the camera. Because Earth has gone quiet, and that means war. Aboard the Crimson Blade flagship, the Empire's fleet approached Neptune's orbit. No resistance. No signal. Just empty space. See? Laughed one captain. They're cowards. Suddenly, the radar flared red. Unknown ships. Hundreds of them. But there was no heat. No energy signature. No sound. Impossible, one officer said. They weren't there a second ago. Then the Black Fleet decloaked. Massive black warships. Sharp. Silent. No light. No markings. One ship was the size of a small moon. It had no windows. No turrets. Just smooth armor. A strange signal played inside the Empire ships. You have entered restricted space. This is your only warning. The Empire officers laughed. Or what? The fleet commander said. A second later, 3 Empire destroyers exploded. No missiles. No lasers. Just gone. The laughter stopped. At Earth Command, General Ayla watched the footage from the battle near Neptune. Did we lose any ships? She asked. None, ma'am, came the reply. She turned to Admiral Chao. Send the next wave. No messages. No speeches. Just show them what happens when you push Earth. In a hidden station near Pluto, a human engineer whispered to himself. We waited for peace. We gave them chances. But now they learn.